I was working in newspapers, and newspapers in their print form anyway are totally on their way out, so I thought I need to get some new skills for the digital age. I love news and current affairs, and I want to actually see a future in that. So I took the story of Ireland's system of direct provision for asylum seekers, and I made a little piece that kind of told the story of a child in a direct provision hostel. I contacted the Irish Refugee Council to see if they would be interested in using it, and they did put it out through their social media channels, and it did get a good response.
Trace basically was looking at how to incorporate visuals and make the news stories more interesting and more interactive. So taking that style, we came up with some sketches and we picked an issue. The issue we looked at was the property bubble problem. Playing with that idea of the bubble, we created visual bubbles with land cutouts representing various parts of the problem, to try and get across the precarious nature of the problem as well and how it could pop at any point. We used Dublin Spire, so we have all these problems floating above the spire to give you that idea that, you know, at any moment the whole thing could just pop.
The opportunity to come up to do this, I thought it would be really interesting to do, because I have the visual skill set, we'll say, to design something, but Therese would have the know about the news industry and what I have to do in the information graphic to get the viewer interested in it. Because if you create a visual piece that just looks well, if nobody takes anything from it, it's a waste of time. It's just something pretty to look at. There's so much data available to us now, so much more than, we'll say, 20, 30 years ago, that for us to be able to take it all in, or even to break it down for ourselves, I think stuff like this is important to visualise it, because we are becoming more visually, educated, and I think it's important that to break down all the data we've available to us, we can go through it in a visual manner.
We've got very different skill sets. Dan is more 3D and Laura is 2D, and I'd say I've got less of the design ability, but I've got the kind of editorial kind of capacity to say, well, this is what we need to, this is how this story should look, and this is how we can tell it, and this, like, I know what they can do, so I've been able to tell them this is the brief and this is what people will respond to. I think that's the real value in using visuals and using animated sort of styles, because I think people can relate to little kind of characters as well, and it can make a news story more human. So we will be providing consultancy to news organisations in how to enhance their visual news capabilities, and we'll also be able to provide content that a news organisation might provide, or to initiate content that they will want to buy in. And also then we'll be setting up our own platform, which will go live in the next number of months. So we're really looking forward to working with new clients and to getting this moving.